Hello everyone, I'm Drake like the Dragon. Welcome back to Beacon Pines. I am feeling much better than last video because the thing I was afeared of went amazingly well. So, just jumping right back into it. I'll handle this. Just gotta play it cool. I am not as good at this as I think I am.
Switch, flicking it off and on a few times.
Okay.
Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
Okay. Golly, I sure got my bell rung. Did we capture Ned Flanders in, like, furry form?
He looked over to find Luca, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This was all a big mistake. Luca, what's going on here? Why do you have me strapped down? Diddly. No one's fault, really. Rollo just got a little startled. Rollo's here?
Rollo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Well, alright. Mistakes happen. You kids gave old Harem a good scare. Let's just get me out of these ropes and call it even.
Luca glanced over to Rollo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Mr. Tolliver, why are you in my grand's basement? I'm here to help, of course. Help with what? What's my gran up to? If you'll just cut me loose, I can show you. How do I know we can trust you? I mean, how...
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Oh. Luca, have I ever done wrong by you? No? And since your gran moved to town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah? So why would I turn my back on your family now? It's just... all this stuff seems pretty weird. A board with names of people from town. An archive of my dad's old disturbing patient notes.
Luca gestured to the corner.
Barrels of explosives. I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. You kids deserve an explanation.
Luca looked again to Rollo and Beck.
Okay.
This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen the bindings.
If he attacks us, I'll be completely surprised, honestly.
Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. This'll all make sense in time. Oh, he's running away.
He marched imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
It was pretty perceptible to me. You see, this town has secrets, Luca. A very dark past indeed.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
A past that must be brought to...
He punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
Light.
Beck darted to the wall and turned back on the lights.
Ugh!
It was too late.
What a bitch!
Rollo confirmed what they all heard.
He just locked us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down there. And let the adults handle this.
They looked bewildered at each other.
Yeah? He's not a shithead, though. He's fine. Play it cool, huh? Not now, Beck.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house.
Ooh, a staccato thump, you say?
The kids
sounds like an ice
down
cream
in
flavor.
Resignation. This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed
oh god
it was
damn
up
it!
to them to save
Another
the town.
fucking dead end.
Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped.
Oh.
And Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement. Back to the drawing board.
Well, shit. Okay, so no new things yet except to go for the rumble here. It's the only thing we can do right now. But this path really seemed like what to do. This really seemed right. If only we had a different thing to use instead of chill. Okay.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble with ominous thunder.
You sure we can make it home before the storm kicks off?
Luca surveyed the roiling clouds.
I'd say the odds are good. Maybe you should stay here and I'll just make a break for it.
At that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential rain.
Oh. Care to recalculate those odds? Hurry inside, you two, before you catch a cold. Oh, sleepover! Luca, Nellie will keep trying to reach her gran on the phone. In the meantime, you two hold tight. What a cute room. Sorry, not much to do up here. Most of my stuff is still in the boxes. Mind if I poke around? Be my guest.
Luca squinted into the eye hole of the microscope.
Ah, it's a microscope. I could not tell what that was. This looks wild. What is it? Gum. Gum?
Luca adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
I'm tracking the structural integrity of gum with increasing amounts of chewing. Chewed on that one for 47 days.
Luca wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
It's weird, I know.
Beck looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
You think it's weird, don't you? A little. But weird can be cool. Oh, wow. Rolla and I have a radio just like this at the treehouse. Probably not exactly like this one. My mom and I tore the whole thing down to the bolts. Fitted it with some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. She seems pretty awesome. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. So when she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech overcompensation.
Luca flicked at one of the toggles.
I bet you can get all sorts of stations on this. Not out here in the boonies. You wouldn't believe the stuff I could pick up back in the city. But around here, it's all farm reports and static. Aw, shucks.
Luca bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers.
Oh.
Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime.
Pungent. Okay, where do we get to use
He
that?
flipped open the attached card.
Happy trails from Coach Walker and the Fairview Condors. Boy, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh? Oh, sorry, was this from your old school? The most recent one, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards, some did flowers. When they're really trying to feel good about themselves, they do both. So you've moved a lot. Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. There's always a better job somewhere else. These flowers would last longer if you put them in some water. That's the sort of thing I would do if I cared. Well, you cared enough to keep them is all. Luca, can I ask you something? Of course. Superhero landing. Didn't that hurt? I'll be honest. That hurt more than I expected. Well, at least you looked cool doing it.
Beck took a moment
If I
to
did
watch
that,
the rivulets
both
water
of my
running down
knees
the
would
window.
snap. Do you ever feel alone? Like, even when people are around? Well, Rollo can be pretty absent-minded sometimes. I'm serious. Does it ever feel like your family doesn't care what you want? It didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luca took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
I know the feeling. How do you deal with that? I guess I haven't yet. But the one thing my dad told me when I was little, don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. If you try to hold all that in, you're gonna pop. So then, what do you do when you don't know what to do? Dad never got to that part. Something I figured out on my own, though. You gotta do something. Anything. Here. What are you doing? I don't know. Something. We're gonna register our complaints with the storm. Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. I just want things to go back to the way they were. Everyone tells me it's gonna be alright, but things are gonna change.
Luca let out a feral scream that echoed into the night.
Ah! I'm not gonna scream, I have neighbors. Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this town. Whoa. Let me try. Moving sucks. I hate it. I hate that I hate it. Why can't I just deal with it and be happy for my mom? Why can't we just stay somewhere? Right.
Her voice dropped to a trembling whisper.
Oh, I just want to be a normal kid.
Beck brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. Oh, I actually feel a little better.
As abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Thanks. I needed that. Me too. I should head out before the rain starts up again. Sure, I'll walk you out. See you and Rollo at the festival? Sounds good. Luca, don't let the universe jerk you around.
Beck gave Luca a light thump on the arm before heading in.
Oh. Ooh,
Chapter
okay.
5. Friendly Feud.
Uh-huh.
The air was heavy with the hard rain's residue, the smell of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luca felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone. Not even Rollo. But it's not like this changed anything. Rollo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes. This is what Luca told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
Oh, okay. I forgot we do that. Hi, friend! Hey, Don, tracking down a lead? You bet. I heard a juicy new rumor. Turns out when Sharper Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar how? He didn't just give his kids an inheritance. There were conditions. Like what? The document stipulated that Eris had to take on a child as a reward. A kid our age who just showed up to town one night with a lawyer. Solomon? Bingo! So, Eris was forced to take care of him? Yep, or she would have lost everything. Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid? Probably because he wasn't so random. But you kids are too young to know about the birds and the bees. Oh, there we go. Rumor has it old Sharper sowed some wild oats. That explains the way Eris treats him. Poor Solomon. How did you find all this out? A good reporter never reveals her source, Luca. Hi! I like her so much! My favorite character. Huh? I'd better not dilly-dally. Okay. Nor dillying nor dallying for you. Gosh, lady, do you ever go home? He met his old friend's eyes and was greeted with nothing but ice-cold anger. Heavens! This is no time for fractured friendships. I see the light up. Ah! But I want to dilly-dally. It's what I do best. Excuse me, what are you doing? Just locking up for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. I can only assume this means all festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule. Not exactly, sir. The storm set us back a bit, and it's getting late, so we all decided to... You all decided? Yes, sir. I was unaware that your job involved deciding things. You are all here at Perennium Harvest because we believe in creating a better future, yes? Yes, sir. Very much, sir. Do you want to be the one to tell this town that we failed them? No. That we gave up because there was a little rainstorm and we all got sleepy? Of course not, sir. Good. Then it's decided. Yes, sir. We will work till the task is done. See that you do. Our harvest awaits. Okay. Still making 0 sense. Is that stinky one, an option? Oh, pungent. There we go.
Luca wrapped a twig of thyme around the hook.
Why would thyme be pungent? Thyme smells
Some
lovely.
fish have refined taste.
That's the opposite of pungent. That's fragrant. Oh. Property of Sharper Valentine. Figures. If he had his way, property of Sharper Valentine would be written on everything in this town. Should we give it back to him? He may not even want it back. That man's got a contentious relationship with time. We'll keep it here in case he ever wants to pick it up. Okay, so now, is it only one thing that I'm missing? I think so. Rollo, are you still up there? I'm sorry. Rollo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Come back never.
Luca had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times, and it always meant one thing.
You're upset. Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason? I didn't abandon you. I'm just a little late.
Rollo scoffed.
The rain helped me up. Liar! You weren't even home. What? The storm got bad and I got worried, so I went looking for you. Imagine by surprise, but I made it to your house and you weren't there. I hadn't made it back yet. I'm not a fool, Luca. It doesn't take all day to deliver some jam. No, The storm rolled in out of nowhere, and I got stuck after dinner at Beck's house.
Lucas stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Beck? Dinner? What the heck is a Beck? She's a new kid in town. She's actually kind of cool. You'd like her. She needed help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends. New friends? I spent all day waiting for you, and you were off making new friends? It's not like that, Rollo. You know, while I was waiting, I made some upgrades to mission control. It was gonna be a surprise, but you took so long, the storm knocked it all down. Just like you knocked down our friendship. What does that even mean?
Luca became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
It means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me. Of course I care, you ass! I knew I'd get in trouble waiting so late for you. But I kept my word. 'Cause that's what friends do. Oh wow, what a noble sacrifice you made! Easy for you to say. Your gran doesn't even care. You can stay out as long as you want. And you wouldn't even get in trouble. Seriously? You're acting like I chose this? If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend.
Rollo's tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Pa is right. Storms bring more than water. This one brought out the real Luca. Stop quoting your Pa's nonsense like it means anything. Yeah? Well, oh, now this is a shitty thing to say, Rollo. Now you're being a real ass. Like, truly in this situation, you are the bad friend. Why would you say that? At least your pa's still around? Like Luca's that fucking chose to die?
The words hung in the cold night air.
Wow.
Rollo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line.
Yeah, no shit.
But it was too late.
Luca, Good night, Rollo. Dang it. So, let's just see. Is there anything else? Nope. Nothing at all.
Luca dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
Rollo, what a jerk. Call me a bad friend? Ooh, I'm Rollo. Look at me and my amazing family. Guess I'm just never supposed to make new friends. Aww. Luca?
Gran cooed gently from the hallway.
You slept straight through breakfast. Luca, are you alright? I'm fine. Just don't feel like getting up yet. Okay. I'll leave this oatmeal by the door. I've got to run out and take care of some things. Okay. I'll be back later to check in. Sure.
Luca just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
I bet Rollo's still gonna go to the festival. Gonna be miserable. I need to keep doing it just in case. Just in case we get a new thing. I gotta keep doing it. We might get a new thing. I don't think we're getting a new thing, guys. Dang it. Oh. That was some clipping right there. Okay. That's a good spot for it.
Luca dozed off again.
Oh! I didn't mean to do that! Luca, I see you didn't eat your oatmeal. Wasn't hungry. Well, just in case you get hungry, I'll leave a sandwich here too. Thanks. Rollo came by. What did he say? He wanted to talk to you. What did you say? I told him you weren't feeling well. Good. So your plan is to just sit in your room all day? Pretty much. Well, I need to pop away again for a minute. If you decide to end your pity party and go outside, I think it'd do you some good. Noted.
Luca still couldn't bring himself to go out. Besides, if he ran into Rollo, he'd have to actually confront the situation.
So am I actually... Oh, there's never anything interesting at the festival anyway.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
Aww. The complete first volume.
Luca carefully opened the cover and began to read. Rollo had received it for his birthday, a special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art. Rollo cherished it, but asked that Luca keep it at his house. Luca wasn't sure if it was because Rollo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luca's more often. Whatever the reason, Luca didn't mind, but it had stayed right there where Rollo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luca lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway.
Ooh, soft footsteps, you say? Luca? Another little friend came to see you. A girl named Beck Moodwill. She said you met yesterday? What did she say? Is she here? She was just dropping by. I told her you weren't taking visitors today. Oh. She seems nice. Yeah. You had a fight with Rollo, didn't you? Can I come in? Maybe later. Alright then. I'll leave dinner on the kitchen table, in case you want a bite before bedtime.
Without realizing it, Luca had pouted away the entire afternoon. He once again felt the weight of it all, and allowed his weary eyes to close. Luca stood in a vast black expanse. He looked up at his father standing beside him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad, where are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source. Luca's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit. The figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour, make yourself comfortable. Luca held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame, see? Luca peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself.
Ooh.
Tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame.
That's a
Luca
great
could
visual.
see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luca leapt to his feet. We've got to help them! The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them. Not like us. Luca's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within. Luca's own face looked back at him. Older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled. I tried to help once. He gestured towards his face. And all it got me was this. Lucas staggered back. You aren't me. Luca felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him. Every choice sets us on a path. This is the end of one of your paths, son. Luca watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin. Welp, Dad, if you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luca watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames. In a flash of cold light, he was gone. What does all of this mean?
Fuck if I know.
Luca felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose. Luca woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun.
No, dear. It's only Gran.
Luca rubbed his eyes. The kind, concerned face of his Gran came into focus.
How are you feeling? Fine. Anything you want to talk about? I don't feel like talking. That's just as well. How about you sit there and listen a bit? Whatever you and Rolo fought about doesn't matter. But
Gran silenced Luca with a gentle pat on the leg.
Fights between friends happen. What was said doesn't matter. The important thing is that it's not the last thing you ever say to each other. But he said stuff about Dad. Well, do you think he meant it? No. He was just mad. And did you mean any of the things you said to him? No. Good. One must appreciate friends in their best moments and accept them in their worst. Now get your little butt out of bed. The festival's today. You don't want to miss that, do you? I guess not. Seems like a good opportunity to make amends with Rolo, doesn't it?
Luca gave a reluctant nod.
So buy him a corn dog and apologize. But he's the one that... What did I just say? Buy him a corn dog. That's a good boy. Everything's better with corn dogs. I need to get going now. Got some last-minute festival business to take care of. I'll come find you at a fountain a little after lunch. All right. I love you, Luca. Love you too. Gran does not look like the kind of person who eats corn dogs. She looks like the kind of person who just sips tea, makes jam. I don't know. She just kind of survives on vibes, you know? Okay.
Chapter 6. Through Thick and Thin. Despite Luca's bitterness, Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rolo. A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding. If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them. Luca emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air. But the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rollo.
Shall we go see our dada? Our papa? I guess I have nothing to say. Fair enough. Oh, there you are. Luca. Rollo wanted me to tell you something. What is it?
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
A space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If ye be brave, go somewhere quiet. Rexy, I don't. It's a riddle, Luca. My goofy little brother wants you to find him.
Luca looked down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know you two had a fight. The only thing more annoying than my little brother is my little brother without his best friend. So I'm doing him this one favor. Now I need one favor from you. Whatever it is that went down between you two, squash it. Okay. Yeah, it's the library, clearly. But I do want to explore before I go there. How goes the beetle hunt? Pretty rotten. I haven't seen so much as an exuviae. And it's not just the beetles. This morning I couldn't find any critters at all. It's like everything that buzzers or skitters just packed up and left. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Maybe all the commotion of the festival just spooked them. Yeah, maybe that's it. Or maybe it's shit. Did you hear? If Mr. Carrot gives his big speech, they're gonna have the first annual biggest catch competition. As long as the boot qualifies as a catch, I'm a shoo-in. Oh, no, no. Always the sign. There we go. Mission control. Authorized personnel only. I know he's not here, but I just want to explore. Oh. How would you normally get on the roof, even? Can't seem to do it. Music's pretty cool. Welcome to our festival! Don't forget to come back later for Mythical speech and Perennial Harvest Festival sign reveal. You don't want to miss it. Gosh dang it, why can't I come speak to you? What do you have to say, weasel? Unique New York. Oh, don't mind me, just warming up for my big ceremony speech.
Pointed to his grinning mouth.
Gotta limber up the old gab box. You nervous? Oh, heavens no. We'll break a leg. I hope you do. Hope you break both of them. Impressing with this ridiculous festival. House falling apart, weather's still cruddy. The season's harvest looks like it's gonna be worse than last year. You said it. Yeah. I'm still gonna be mad at them. I'd just rather be mad while sipping some delicious lemonade is all. Yeah? Yeah? Hey, Jeff.
Staring into the distance with a wistful look.
Hey, Jeff, everything alright?
Yeah, everything's fine. I mean, used to be fine. Just ain't right these days, you know.
Sorry, that was terrible. I really do, actually.
Jeff turned to Luca with a furrowed brow, then gave an understanding nod.
You do, don't you?
For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
I do love sharing wistful gaze. Am I gonna get a thing out of it, or nope? Hey, bitches. explains. Sound once again noted. What a bunch of drones indeed. Yeah, put some balloons on the trash cans and suddenly everything looks great. Okay. Hello, best friend.
I've got a question for you. What do you think this whole festival's for? The way I figure it, Perennial Harvest is trying to win over the town. Like a bribe, but with balloons. Cynical. I like where your head's at. That's what I assumed at first too, until I eavesdropped on a couple of gossipy clipboards. What if I told you that this whole thing is really a special shindig for a super secret guest of honor? A special guest? Who? I haven't dug that deep yet, but whoever it is, Perennium Harvest thinks they're a big deal.
Can I serve some restaurant stuff again? Oh, is it locked? Dang it! I didn't finish that bit. Yeah, this party is really poppin', man. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Am I never gonna be able to enter the cafe?
Zariel became flesh.
Somebody has a crush. Hey, Luca. So you were done at the library? Oh, nothing.
Looked away suspiciously.
Nothing. Okay. Okay, kick the melon, I guess. Okay, that was most of the combos. Okay. A favor for an enemy of my enemy. Okay. Alright, alright. Haha, no. I want to explore everywhere before I get to that. Maybe I'll get an achievement for being real nosy. Not much there, but let's go to Beck's house. Nope, that was totally unrelated to anything. Okay. I'll go to the library now.
Kato's eyes lit with excitement.
Been expecting you. Bravo on deciphering the first riddle. First? You didn't think that was all, did you?
Kato straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
On Planet Farple, you may take issue When the 5th king dies, you'll need a
Kato
tissue.
stared at Luca eagerly.
No, it's okay. Let me figure it out. Ugh. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Okay.
Luca grabbed the modern science of atomic radiation. Luca grabbed Natural Photography, Volume 5, from the shelf.
Okay, Volume 5, 5th edition.
Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 4, from the shelf.
Not that one.
Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 5, from the shelf.
That'll be the one.
Luca grabbed The 5 Pillars of Success from the shelf.
No.
Luca grabbed The Issue with Self-Help, a helpful guide. Luca grabbed 500 meals for one big pot.
Okay, back I go for the Hank Atomic one.
Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank.
Yep, okay.
Kato removed his book from the desk and replaced it with Luca's, turning on the lamp.
Okay.
As he
Ooh.
slid the book under the purple light, 2 words glowed. The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue 5.
Okay.
Luca clicked his tongue with recognition.
Roller cipher pen. You used to write secret messages everywhere with that.
And only I had the special flashlight needed to reveal it. But I lost it.
Well, apparently he traded Jeff for this purple light bulb. Parted with his entire Halloween candy stash.
Oh, Roller.
Now let's see here.
Kato began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word.
Get away with such a
He
grift.
continued flipping.
Only found in Grub Cart.
Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
That's it. Grift in Grub Cart. Griffin's Grub Cart. He wants me to go to Griffin's snack stand. Oh, thanks, Kato. You still freak me out. You still look really creepy and off-putting. Haha. Yep, nothing new there. Hello, Griffin. Did you look
Before Luca could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a corn dog.
Oh, that's it?
Bought and paid for. Enjoy.
I thought there was supposed to be a riddle or
Luca
something.
shrugged, taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog.
It's cold. Oh yeah, that's been sitting here for a while. Roller wanted me to be sure to give you that one specifically.
Luca tongued at his cheeks, feeling something rough between his teeth. He reached into his mouth and pulled out a slip of paper.
Of course. Oh, come
He shook
on.
off the bits of corn dog to read the slip.
A pickup when you need some pep. Near the fountain up the step.
Luca finished off the remainder of the corn dog.
It's going to be a whole thing. I'm so cute just running around town. Oh, that's not what I did I? Okay, there we go. There you are, Luca. There's no way I'm actually doing this. It's way below my pay grade. Oh, come on, you big stiff. Let the kids have some fun. Fine. Arolo owes me one.
Lumi waved his hands around sarcastically as he began.
What takes flight but has no wings, your final task of friendship brings. See, that wasn't so hard. Damn. Ugh, I feel cheapened somehow. I think it's sweet. Okay. I do want to take a look at any options that we may have gotten. Uh-huh. Okay. Good cop, hard cop. Okay, I gotta reach the end of this before I go through that, though. Oh. Hey. I thought I was gonna need to go to the rocket in the treehouse. Hey. Did you find the comic book?
Yeah?
And you got the corn dog?
Yeah?
Well then, I know it doesn't make up for what I said, but here, you've earned this.
Rolo sheepishly handed Luca the balloons.
Light.
Thanks. But you didn't have to go through all this trouble. I'm sorry I got so mad.
Dang it, you were supposed to let me apologize first.
Oh, sorry.
Now you apologized twice before me. Just let me do this. Luca, I'm really sorry. With everything that's happened, with your mom and all, I've always wanted to be there for you. Be a good friend, you know? When you said you were hanging out with someone else, I kind of freaked out.
Rolo.
Still my turn. I felt like if you needed some new friend to help you, it meant that I wasn't good enough. But that was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. I'm so sorry, Luca. Okay, apology over. You can talk now.
Luca threw himself at Rolo, hugging him as tightly as he could.
Oh, little boys being friends.
Rolo, I don't deserve you.
I don't deserve you either. That's why we deserve each other. So, what else do you want to do today? We could snoop around, try to find some info about your mom. Snoop where? We could probably sneak into Perennium Harvest HQ while everyone's at the festival. Aren't you curious about all the stuff those clipboards write down?
What if we get caught? I think I've had enough excitement for 1 week. Let's just make the rest of the day about us.
Really?
Yeah, the rest of the world can wait 1 more day.
You know, I've been wanting to get some work done on the MCDC at Mission Control. The aim is a bit unpredictable.
That sounds perfect.
Okay. Now, I don't know if there's anything else I can do with my balloons. The way I'm carrying them is just so... I don't think the physics of this work out really well. Yeah, let me just check this for a sec. Nope.
Luca gently but first.
Thought maybe something hard would work out. But we're still missing one. Oh, I almost forgot. I ran into your gran this morning. She asked me to give you this.
Rolo handed Luca an unopened letter.
I'll wait for you inside if you want to read it now.
Letter?
Luca, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand. If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself.
Oh.
But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you. None of this is fair to you. You have already lost so much. We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward. But if there is, I haven't thought of it. God knows I've tried. Everything I've done, I did for you. I hope someday you can accept that. Love, Gran.
Is Gran going on a freaking suicide mission?
I love you too, Gran.
Luca folded the paper into his pocket and headed up the ladder.
Does he not realize this is like so cryptic and weird? What's up with the letter? Anything you want to talk about?
Maybe later.
Sure. Whatever you want.
You know, you really didn't have to go through all that trouble just to apologize.
I know, but we've been looking forward for the festival for weeks. After I ruined everything with my big mouth, this was the best way to make sure still had a good time without me. Hello.
Luca was at a loss for words, but that was fine. Words aren't always necessary.
The festival seemed nice. Was it nice?
We can still go.
Nah, this is fine.
Well, there's always next year.
Sadly, this was untrue.
Yep, because the end of the world is about to
A
begin.
distant rumble shook the treehouse.
Alright, let's see what the fuck is gonna happen. Oh man, we missed the fireworks?
It was not fireworks.
Ooh.
It was something the boys couldn't possibly comprehend. Something as old and cruel as time itself.
Oh. What? I need to know! Okay.
A shockwave of cold tore through the room. A
What?
bitter, unfathomable chill. Before they could react, it encased them in ice. Two boys, reunited by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a silent treehouse turned statuary. In a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends, alone, together. For the rest
Nah.
of time.
Nah.
The end.
No. That's
No.
no.
That can't be the ending. It simply can't. I won't accept it, and I hope you won't either. There are more endings, more possibilities. I can feel it. We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find the one that fits.
I know. I know, baby girl. Oh, there's the flight option here. I think this path is where I really want to go. But because this one opened too, I want to see what happens there. That's fucking flight.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Flight. He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches. He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
Huh, can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr. We'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy.
See ya, jerks. That would burn the shit out of your hands. Fine. We know where that leads them. This way. We'll take the tunnels. Tunnels! Okay.
Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice.
Oh.
Chapter 5. Signs. They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Iggy to his feet as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
Yeah, this shit makes no sense. That was actually pretty badass.
Uh-huh. I think we lost him.
Are we up in the mountains?
I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill.
Then what's up with the Winter Wonderland?
All I know is there's no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get our bearings.
A disc of smooth metal was lightly covered in snow. Two faint seams were visible along the surface.
A manhole cover?
If it is, I've never seen one like it.
Ooh, I don't know if I go down or this way. Luca? Luca, are you there?
Luca had almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
Is that Bozo Gurr? I hope nothing bad has happened to you out in those woods.
Luca looked at Iggy with hesitation.
No need to be
With a
rude.
resigned sigh, Luca responded.
Okay. It seems like the only dangerous thing in the woods is you. He speaks, the young man of the hour. Now how in tarnation did you end up with one of our radios?
Just lucky, I guess.
Boy howdy, you Van Horns are full of surprises, aren't you?
You knew my parents?
I never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mom sure was a handful.
Luca winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
Gotta keep moving. Is there a way down, or... What's the readout? Okay. Down a bit. Should we report this? Still within safe ranges. Maybe spreading, but it's under control for now. Dude, relax. Just a few more sites to hit before we can punch out. Get this over with. What's all this? Hard to say with all the snow. There couldn't be another town this deep into Weep Wood. Okay. Interesting. Okay, there's nothing that way. Alright, alright, alright. So there's nothing up there, actually. It's just super reminiscent of the layout of, like, our house, obviously. Yep.
The boys stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
Doesn't make any sense. We're in Beacon Pines? How's that possible? We ran away from town. How did we get back here? Guess we got turned around. Where did all the snow come from? Been colder than normal lately. Pretty big difference between weather and the Arctic hellscape. The puddle we fought at before. It was cold too. Maybe all of it leads to one source. Huh. Well, there was that bit of like, oh, we're keeping Beacon Pines away from y'all for a little bit to like defumigate or whatever the fuck they said they were doing. Did they basically just like move the whole town? Barely the puddle. Shoved me into you. We just kind of recreated Beacon Pines.
The fencing glistened, each chain link encapsulated with a translucent layer of ice. Looking
All
down at the frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Whatever happened here, it happened fast. Fish didn't even have time to run, or, you know, swim. I was about to say, too.
The crunching of footsteps trailing Luca went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Everyone's gone. What? There's nothing here but more snow. There must be an explanation for all of this. We have to keep looking. You can look all you want. I quit. Iggy, we have to keep going. You don't get it, do you? This isn't one of your pathetic Hank Atomic stories. We aren't going to save the day. We aren't even gonna save ourselves. My face is mangled, the town is destroyed, and everyone we've ever known is gone. We don't know that. You can't just quit. Do whatever you want. I'm done. Iggy, it's gonna be okay.
Luca peered upward at the darkening sky. He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry. Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion and more than a little guilt.
It is getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a great idea to stumble around in the dark anyway.
Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
Bruh, you guys are gonna freeze overnight. I was gonna say you're gonna wake up a fucking icicle, but you're not gonna wake up.
The boys huddled together for warmth and comfort. If not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
Maybe you're numb because of the cold. The way the snow covered everything over, it's kind of calming. Yeah. I haven't had the time to say it, but thanks. Oh, for getting us away from those creeps. I sort of froze up back there. No pun intended. Iggy, I should be the one apologizing. This all happened because I lost my temper. Nah, that's bull hockey. First of all, you didn't know what that gunk would do. You didn't, right? Of course not. And second, stop with this baloney about losing your temper. But I did lose my temper.
Iggy motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obviously. But that's exactly what you should have done. I was being a horse's ass. You were supposed to be a horse's ass in response. That's how it works. Iggy, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you? Of course. Geez, you goody-goody types take forever to understand this very basic point. Why would you go around saying cruel things, trying to get into fights?
Iggy shrugged.
It's something to do. You're an asshole because you're bored? Sometimes I just feel empty. You wouldn't understand. You and Rolo always having a blast together, laughing and calling that dinky little treehouse mission control.
Iggy now wept openly.
Perfect little Luca Van Horn, with his perfect little life. My life is not perfect. Everybody in town likes you. Not everybody. Hell, that new girl hasn't even unpacked yet and she already likes you. You have Tish?
He wiped his nose with a sleeve.
I love Tish. Tish is great. But she ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you know.
He gave a warm chuckle.
I get that impression.
Iggy cleared his throat as he wiped his eyes.
It must be raining out here. Definitely.
Iggy arched into a wide yawn.
We should probably try to get some sleep. Yeah. In the open!
Luca's eyelids began to slowly drift shut.
You will freeze! Ugh. Luca. Yeah? I always did want to see the inside of your dinky little tree house. What do you think? Not bad. I'll give you the full tour when we get back. You know what?
That's all Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy snuggled in some more.
When it comes to worst days of my entire life, this one wasn't half bad. There's no way they'll live through the
The house smelled
night.
of warm bread. Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug. He looked up to see his parents on the couch.
Ooh, another dream.
His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luca spoke. This is how you remember them, huh? Luca turned to see his own face.
Ooh,
The
again.
doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty
Oh, the
eyes.
dreams cross over. Like, still. There's a recognition there.
Look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know it wasn't wasn't really like this. The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you? Lucas snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive. The day he chose to abandon us. Luca turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us. The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see. Let me show you. The world flickered and pulsed.
Like, this is all... The descriptors are great. You can really imagine it. It does feel, you know... Yeah, there's emotion there. And it transfers that well. But I do wish we got some animations as well, because it sounds so cool, and like I would love to see that scene.
Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes.
I do still love it though. I don't want to be nitpicky.
The doppelganger limped into the room. No, we both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luca's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luca heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope. It was his parents, fighting. Do you remember what we did next? Luca gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister. He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this. She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch? There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help people. I won't turn my back on them. Luca's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this. Eleanor raised her voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son? Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luca, is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye. Nothing, buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all. Luca placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere? Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears. Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in. Luca hugged his father tightly. Promise? Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder. I promise. With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun. A figure approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall.
Oh.
It stood above them, lingering in contemplation.
I don't think I know you.
Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head. From a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively.
So freaking cute. Get your hands off me.
Whether it was the calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger, Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Luca looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
You two certainly have caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy, Iggy. We were asleep minding our own business. You were the one running around knocking on people's heads.
I'm sorry if I hurt you, Iggy.
You didn't hurt nobody.
Anybody.
Huh? Oh, I see. You think you're better than me, you.
When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
You big-hatted, scarfy-necked forball.
Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here. Interesting choice of words.
I mean, let's just all calm down.
Who are you? A friend. An observer. A hitchhiker on the infinite expanse of possibility.
Great. How about a name?
If you must call me something, you can call me Nat.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
How about you make like a gnat and buzz off?
Very well.
Nat began to turn away indifferently.
Wait. Do you live here? You might say that. So you know where we are? You might also say that.
Look, pal, we just want to find a safe way out of here. You gotta help us or not?
Before knowing how to leave, one must know where they are.
Alright, that does it. Luca, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here one way or another.
Iggy turned sharply and began to stomp off.
Enough with the riddles. Iggy, wait up.
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented.
Very well. I suppose this isn't the time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back home.
Luca and Iggy turned around with hope in their eyes.
Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes.
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Okay, open them.
For a brief moment, Luca and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place, cold and disheartened.
This is your home. This is Beacon Pines. Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate in Weepwood, or we teleported to some alternate universe, or this is all just some cool experiment by Kerr and his goons, but this is not our home. You're inching closer to the truth. Alas, the reality is much less fanciful.
Just give it to us straight.
So be it. As I said, this is Beacon Pines. The original, true Beacon Pines. You both grew up here, but the town you've called your home for the past several years is a replica. A remarkable achievement of engineering, to be fair, but a replica nonetheless.
That's impossible. It's too much work. You need a whole town to replicate a whole town.
Indeed. To pull off such a feat would require immense labor power. That which could be moved would be moved. That which could not would require a precise duplicate. We would have noticed. Someone would have noticed. You'd think so, unless the auditing was impeccable. A mind-numbing attention to detail. As for the innumerable trivialities which complete the tapestry, well, you can leave that to the miraculous thing we call a brain. It has a real aversion to discontinuity, or revulsion even. The brain has a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges, keeping us sane.
So you're saying that someone made an entire new town and moved us all, and no one noticed?
Precisely. But why? Why is one of the questions that can never be answered with certainty. The best one can do is to uncover.
Nat narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
The source.
Why'd you say the source like that?
Why indeed?
Luca began to laugh uncomfortably.
It's all ridiculous. There's no way they
He
could.
looked down at his feet. His eyes darted back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
If this really is home?
He sprinted off into the pale distance. As Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out.
Iggy, it's not too late to turn back. Simply head west through Weepwood.
But there was so much more that we could have discovered there, and we didn't even... Ugh.
The source. Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived. He'd given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rollo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It all seemed to point to perennial harvest. But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know.
Okay, now we're back here.
Luca stopped dead in his tracks. The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth. He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow. His numb hands hit something hard, a headstone. A dry whisper escaped Luca's lips.
Here. All this time I thought I was visiting you. But you've been here, alone in the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. I've ruined your favorite spot in the world. Our favorite spot in the world. Dad,
There
what
was
do
no
I
reply,
do?
just snow-covered silence.
Why'd you give me the slip like that? What if I couldn't find you, you jerk?
Iggy finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy.
Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
We gotta hide. Dude, did you hear me? It said 259. Sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. What about everything we left behind? That's the grave of someone with a family. The people who love them will never know the truth. The truth is overrated.
He bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Hey, don't be such a downer, dude. We did this job to change the world. Yeah, come on. It's almost lunchtime. What was that? Okay, well, I'm glad y'all are having fun at your fucking horrible jobs. Here, I thought I was a jerk. These dinguses out here literally dancing on
Luca
graves.
stuttered through heaving sobs.
I thought I was visiting him. I thought he was with me.
Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some
Iggy gave
advice.
Luca a solid smack on the back
Oh
of
my
his head.
god. Horrible timing for advice. Hey! Who's any of this helping?
What?
Sitting here in the snow, crying like some pushover. Who are you helping?
Iggy, look what they did. They lied to everyone.
Blah, blah, blah. I am a child with no emotional expression capabilities. I just bottle shit up and try to look at things objectively, and yet I search for any sort of feeling and interaction from others by being a bully. I'm so well adjusted. Clearly you need to listen to me in a situation such as this. You're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What I tell you before, when some jerk comes at you acting like a horse's ass, I should stand up for myself. Hell yeah! Kerr and his merry little band of clipboards pulled off the switcheroo for a reason.
Nat mentioned something about a source.
Luca wiped his eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever's at the source must be awfully valuable to Perennium Harvest.
Sure would be a shame if something unfortunate were to happen to their precious source, wouldn't it?
What do you have in mind?
If it's small enough to steal, we snatch it. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it.
And what if it's too big to smash?
Iggy flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I'm always up for a challenge.
I'm gonna make this right, Dad, I promise. Let's do this.
Okay, there we go. Let's locate the source. So our whole house was moved. It can get awful cold out there in those woods, Luca. Probably best you two stay put and conserve your energy. Help's on the way.
Where's Rollo? Where's my mom? Did you kill her?
Oh heavens no, do I seem like a killer to you?
Luca shared a skeptical look.
Yes! Well, do I? Oh shucks, now that hurts my feelings.
Screw that guy.
Wait a minute. If this is the original town, then that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
What's that?
Long story. So a few years back, I came into possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not the wimpy firecracker stuff they give kids, the good stuff.
So why'd you bury it under a tree?
That's the long part of the story. You and Rollo were doing chores at Rollo's chicken coop, and you guys piffed me off for some reason or another.
Rolled his eyes.
Oh, you
Iggy
didn't.
stifled a chuckle.
I just wanted to give you guys a little scare, but like I said, these were some primo fireworks, so I might have underestimated things.
You blew up the chicken coop!
I prefer to think of it as an incendiary redecoration. Sorry, but you should have seen the look on your faces.
Rollo got grounded for months.
Which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low. So I buried them under that tree. But when I came back for them later, they were gone. Figured some grown-up found them and tossed them.
Iggy triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Turns out it wasn't the fireworks that got moved. It was us. Unbelievable. Truly unbelievable. Do you think this is a game? Newsflash, boyo. You're not a hero. You're a little brat who's in way over his head.
A hero is just someone who refuses to give up.
Comics these days are rotting children's brains. Everyone thinks they're a spaceman superhero.
I was always partial to Hank Atomic myself.
Is that so? Do you really think you have a chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are.
Prepare for blast-off, loser.
Shit, okay. Wow. Huh. Crooked! Okay. That's something for sure. Can't go that way.
Luca and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
Echo!
Wow. I can see why they wanted to move us all out of town now.
But why would they dig a giant hole?
I think this is it.
This is the source? A dang hole. How do we smash a hole? Oh, it's so much more than that, my annoying little friend.
Where's Rollo?
I wasn't lying before. He's safe. Well, safer than you two, at least. Rats, it's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you?
Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
It really is something, isn't it?
What did you do to our town? What is all of this?
Well, that's a doozy of a question. This is the source, where they collect the unrefined,
Kerr scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. Fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know.
What do you mean you don't know? Aren't you in charge?
Oh heavens no. My role is merely to flash a winning smile and manage various, complications.
Complications like us.
You are a smart boy.
His face contorted into a saccharine grin.
It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others are simply obstacles along the way.
Seems like you were destined to be a creepy lackey.
The point is that we all play our part in life. Mine just happened to be a lead in the role of a lifetime. And you happen to be extras, ready for your curtain call.
We aren't giving up without a fight. Your smile's not gonna be so winning after we're done with you.
Now, boys, there's no need for melodrama. It makes even a professional such as myself embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a
Kerr
bit.
snapped his fingers.
Scene change. There, that's better. Deal with them.
Iggy turned to Luca with a sly glance.
Why are you smirking?
Because I have a box full of fireworks and you don't.
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop. Let's not do something regrettable.
Joke's on you. Regret is one of my specialties. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these in your precious hole?
Do not touch my hole! My perennium! Nothing. Nothing at all.
You're a terrible liar.
I'll have you know, I'm an exceptional liar.
Up, that's far enough.
Iggy plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Stop, you fool. Call off your goons.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Very well. You can all head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two from here.
Mr. Kerr sighed into the frigid air.
It's just us now, Iggy. You can put that down. What, like this?
With a nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Ooh. Ooh. Wow.
With a growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luca.
Wow.
Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side
No!
and dove forward,
No!
bracing Iggy's hands. His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow. He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
You reckless child, what have you done? Luca, listen to me. Hold on tight. Use the walkie-talkie to call them back.
What channel do I use?
It doesn't make a damn difference. They're always listening. If you do that, the clipboards will just haul us up and snag us both. The only way to get out of this is if Kerr is out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself. If he lets go, we both die. I don't want to die, but seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it. Mr. Kerr, you've had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless and just let go?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
Long life? I'll have you know I can still play 25. You should have heard me sing the part of Phileas Young.
With a wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
I don't know it, so... Wow, can you believe this guy? This is a very calm conversation on Iggy's part for somebody who's hanging on to dear life.
Luca's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Kerr, just let go. No, again, do. If you want to save your friend, you'll have to save me too. Luca, look at me. It's okay.
Luca felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
You aren't going to kill your friend like that, are you?
Every muscle in Luca's body burned.
I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. Nah, I'm just a no-good bully. Like you, Kerr. Iggy, no.
Luca felt his hand slipping.
I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can't. It's your only way out of this mess. 2 birds with 1 stone. It makes sense for us to fall together. Wackadoos travel in packs.
Calm settled over Iggy's face.
Luca, let me do this.
Iggy's voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Holy shit, the music as well? Let me do the right thing for once. Oh no! No! Don't do this to me! 2 choices? I can't choose. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna end the video here. I'm gonna try to... I don't know what to do. Okay, that's it. This is where I'm leaving it. Let's figure out what we do in the next one. Oh, fuck. Sorry, it's a cliffhanger. Literally. I don't know what to do, and I'm out of time for recording, and, so thank you for hanging out. Please tell me what to do, and I'll see you so soon. So very soon with the next one. Oh my god. Bye.